out of this. David Kentley had his last drink. It should have been ginger ale or even beer. I've always thought it was out of character for David to drink anything as corrupt as whiskey.
Out of character for him to be murdered, too.
Yes, wasn't it? The good Americans usually die young on the battlefield, don't they? Well, the Davids of this world merely occupy space, which is why he was the perfect victim for the perfect murder. Of course, he was a Harvard undergraduate. That might make it justifiable homicide.
He's dead and we've killed him. But he's still here.
In less than 8 hours, he'll be resting gently but firmly at the bottom of a lake.
Meanwhile, he's here.
What are you doing?
It's not locked.
All the better. It's much more dangerous. Anyway, the lock's too old. It won't work.
I wish it would. I wish we had him out of here. I wish it was somebody else.
It's a trifle late for that, don't you think? Whom would you have preferred? Kenneth?
Oh, I don't know. I suppose anyone was as good or as bad as any other. You, perhaps. You frightened me. You always have. From that very first day in prep school. Part of your charm, I suppose. I'm only kidding, Brandon. I obviously can't take it as well as you, so I'm turning on you a little.
That's rather foolish, isn't it?
Yes. Very. May I have a drink now?
By all means. This is an occasion. It calls for champagne.
Champagne?
I put some in the icebox.
When did you put it there, Brandon?
Oh, just before David arrived.
You were certain it would come off, weren't you?
Of course. You know I'd never do anything unless I did it perfectly. I've always wished for more artistic talent. Well, murder can be an art, too. The power to kill can be just as satisfying as the power to create. Philip, do you realize we've actually done it exactly as we planned? And not a single infinitesimal thing has gone wrong. It was perfect.
Yes.
An immaculate murder. We've killed for the sake of danger and for the sake of killing. We're alive. Truly and wonderfully alive. Even champagne isn't equal to us or the occasion.
I'll take it, though.
You're not really frightened anymore, are you, Philip? You can't have fear, you know. Neither of us can. That's the difference between us and the ordinary man, Philip. They talk about committing the perfect crime, but nobody does it. Nobody commits a murder just for the experiment of committing it. Nobody except us. You're not frightened anymore, are you, Philip?
No.
Not even of me?
No.
That's good.
You just astound me, as always.
That's even better. To David, of course.
Brandon, how did you feel?
When?
During it?
I don't know, really. I don't remember feeling very much of anything. Until his body went limp. And I knew it was over.
And then?
Then I felt tremendously exhilarated. How did you feel?
Oh, Brandon, you don't think the party's a mistake, do you?
No, the party's the inspired finishing touch to our work. It's more, it's the signature of the artist. Not having it would be like,
painting the picture and not hanging it?
I don't think that's a very good choice of words.
It may turn out to be a little too choice, thanks to the party.
Oh, rot. This party will be the most exciting ever given.
With these people?
They're a dull crew, all right. The Kentleys couldn't be duller if they tried. But we did have to have them. After all, they are David's mother and father.
That doesn't make them any easier to talk to.
Oh, well, don't worry. Janet will be buttering them up, poor girl. She's banked everything on hooking David. Somehow, I don't think she's going to succeed. Do you?
No. Somehow I don't.
Well, she can switch back to Kenneth tonight. You must admit it was most considerate of me in view of recent events to provide... Philip.
What?
Take the other one.
What for?
Never mind. Come with me.
What's this all about?
You'll see. It's brilliant.
What the devil are you doing?
Making our work of art a masterpiece.
Brandon, you're going too far.
Why? What do you mean? I just thought it'd be nice to have supper in here. On this. Isn't it a good idea?
Well, at least this way no one will try to open it.
I don't think you appreciate me, Philip.
I'm beginning to, Brandon.
Well, come on. We don't have too much time. Mrs. Wilson will be coming back soon.
Brandon, we've got to have an excuse for the others.
All right, all right. Let me think. Really, you get much too upset much too easily, Philip. We have a very simple excuse right here. What are you worrying about, Philip? Hello? Oh, of course. You start on the books now.
Who is it?
Mrs. Wilson.
Brandon. Brandon!
What the devil? Don't you have any more sense than to... What is it? Well, go on, yank it out.
I can't.
If Mrs. Wilson were here, she'd yank it out for you. A stupid display like that in front of somebody else will be just as good as a confession. Now, take these and get a hold of yourself. If you'd let me keep the light on before as I'd wanted, I would have seen
All
it.
right. You're perfect.
We have to be, Philip. We agreed there was only one crime either of us could commit. The crime of making a mistake. Being weak is a mistake.
Because it's being human?
Because it's being ordinary. I won't let either of us stoop...
I personally thought my table was quite lovely.
Oh, it was quite lovely. But you see, Mr. Ketley's coming to look at these old books I had in the chest. And I'm sure you wouldn't want the poor old man to have to get down on his knees to see them.
Well, I think it looks downright peculiar.
Peculiar?
Very. Particularly those candlesticks. They don't belong there at all.
Well, on the contrary, I think they suggest a ceremonial altar, which you can heap with the foods for our sacrificial feast.
Heap is right. Certainly isn't enough room for me to set things out properly. Is there, Mr. Phillip?
Oh, you can make it do.
She'll be the death of me. What's to be done with the books?
Oh, we'll lay them out on the dining room table.
A crazy idea, if you ask me. Well, I have too much to do to discuss this thoroughly, dear. However, I still think it's peculiar.
What on earth's the matter?
I was sure she'd notice.
Notice what?
The rope, of course. Brandon, we've got to hide it.
Why?
Why?
Yes, why? It's only a piece of rope, Philip, an ordinary household article. Why hide it? It belongs in the kitchen drawer.